Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
Good evening and welcome to The Bahamas Tonight. I'm Giovanni Stewart. Thanks as always for tuning in. The Free National Movement has a whole new slate of leaders. The changes coming as the party moves out of its one-day convention with a zeal to become a strong opposition. Part of the F&M strategy is to rebuild, rebrand, and rebound. Last night, the new team, led by party leader Hubert Alexander Minnis, was introduced to the country. And they all vowed to continue the F&M's record of delivery while holding the government accountable. Shanique Miller has more.
We must be honest about our mistakes.
The Free National Movement's new leadership says it's intent on doing just that. With its one-day leadership conference now over, the F&M is charting a new course with new leadership team in place. Party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis says the F&M's goal in opposition is to, in a bipartisan way, continue the work to improve the lives of all Bahamians, irrespective of political affiliation.
Civility is not weakness, but neither shall we retreat from the fierce contest of ideas, of beliefs, or of visions. The Free National Movement will hold the torch of freedom high, to light the way for a better future, and to ignite the hearts and imagination of Bahamian people.
Speaking for the first time in his new role as leader of the opposition, Dr. Minnis says these three words will guide him: hope, care, and compassion. The F&M suffered a crushing defeat at the polls on May 7th. Dr. Minnis says as the party rebuilds, part of the strategy is being visible in every community, reminding residents of the F&M's record, but more importantly, presenting a team that will appeal to new voters.
We also pledge to be very active on every family island, including many on which we made deep inroads, even during these tough times. And despite having lost, it is the F&M that is the true friend of the family islands.
And when it comes to crime, Dr. Minnis says it's a problem government and opposition must work to resolve, and the F&M is prepared to work alongside the government to make it happen. However, he says each step must be weighed carefully.
We have commenced the strengthening of the uniformed branches within the Bahamas. We look forward to the government's continued focus on constructive policies that serve to fortify the defenders of our national security. The anti-crime bills, the bills that we passed, increased sentences for certain crimes. We urge the government to carefully ponder the view of some by reducing certain sentences. Now is not the time to go soft on crime.
Party officials say over the next 5 years, they will continue igniting a country so that Bahamians from all social standings can be empowered and equipped for the future. Shanique Miller, ZNS News.
Well, for the first time in the Free National Movement's history, there is a woman serving as deputy leader. Party delegates threw their support behind Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner in large numbers, securing her position. For her part, Butler Turner says while she will be driving the party's effort to rebuild, she will also be driven by the party's commitment to equality and the advancement of all Bahamians.
Our task is bigger than holding the government accountable. We have to rebuild and expand our support in this country. And more importantly, we must inspire this nation. I am ready to fight. I am ready to fight for the empowerment of every Bahamian child. I am ready to fight for those who will seek to abuse the privilege of governance through the corrupt practices of victimization. I am ready to fight for the future of our Bahamas.
The F&M also has a new chairman. He is former MP for Golden Isles, Charles Maynard, who began his remarks by acknowledging the party's defeat, but vowed that the F&M will now become a well-oiled machine.
Most importantly, though, we want you to know that there's a place for you. Every F&M. You will see an F&M where every major organ, every association, every instrument of this party will have a role to play and everyone a chance to participate. Torchbearers, I put you on notice. Women's Association, I put you on notice. Branches from Inagua to Abaco, I put you on notice.
Now to education and the vision for this sector. We can tell you that new opportunities are on the horizon for educators as they get in line with the technology and modern teaching methods. The way forward for education was outlined by the new Minister of Education as 19 of the leading primary school teachers were honored for their contribution to nation building during the 35th Annual Primary Principals Association Teachers Appreciation Banquet. Teachers help to shape the minds of the next generation of leaders during that most critical foundational phase of life. But as they heard from the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Jerome Fitzgerald, in a rapidly changing world, their approach to teaching must also transform. He says that greater emphasis must be placed on training in technical and skills development to make education more relevant to the technological age in which we live.
We must embrace changes in education that will allow students the option to prepare for career choices that are best suited to their interests and strength. Only then will we have the greater chance of becoming self-sufficient, contributing members of our society. Our students must be equipped not only for service to our country, but service to our world. And this service must be excellent.
The Education Minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to double the investment in education, adding that in this new reality, retired educators with their wealth of expertise will also have a crucial role to fill.
For standard preschool education to be available throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, persons employed in that setting must receive proper training. After-school programs require personnel who have the ability to reinforce academic and social skills. Many adults with incomplete educational training or deficiencies in basic mathematics, reading and writing can be afforded a second chance if they participate in a high school equivalency program. These are areas that are in need of your valuable expertise.
Veteran educator and honoree Jewel Dean gave the response on behalf of her peers. She underscores the necessity of teachers being ready for the future today.
In a world where good jobs can be located anywhere there's an internet connection, where children in the Bahamas are competing with children in Europe and Beijing, China, and other places as well, the most valuable skill that they can sell is their knowledge. Education is the currency of the information age, no longer just a pathway to opportunity and success, but truly a prerequisite.
Delivering the keynote address at last night's Primary Teachers Appreciation Banquet was business consultant Jeffrey Beckles, who urged the veteran educators to give back.
Have you identified a young teaching professional in whom you can invest time and counsel so that you can now help them not only have a fulfilling career, but have a meaningful career toward preserving this same legacy? One of the challenges I found in our country is this: we are not quick to share our life's experiences. We are not quick to share our career and professional experiences. We have been brought up in 30 years of keep it all to myself mentality, but we've got to change that.
Education officials also bringing a new twist to the popular TV show GLAD Attack, which features 6th graders sitting the GLAD exams. That show airs weekdays right here on the ZNS network. Now, Family Island students will get their chance at academic fame. The first in a series of shows highlighting the students was taped on Saturday at the Sheridan Cable Beach Resort. Here's LaDon Davis with that.
We've seen and heard some of the best and brightest students from around the capital answer GLAD questions and get thousands of bonus points after nailing the right answers. And now it's students from the Family Islands' turn to get their big academic break. Students Lorenz Carter and Alicia Darville say this new version of the popular television program GLAD Attack will not only give them good exposure, but help them recognize their strengths and weaknesses.
It was a great experience. Especially the game when we went against each other. Now we know where our weak spots are.
What are some of your weak spots?
Science. Some questions were on the test, and I could have answered it from the experience. And some were not, but they were worded different, so I got to answer them.
Senior Mistress of Campbell Primary School, Lily Moxie, says this educational program has been quite beneficial to all of the students. She believes it's through this program that students are now improving in overall examination results.
We allowed all the grade 6 teachers to assist in the coaching of the various subjects for the children. The combined effort has brought us this great level of success from the GLAD attack, and we are so excited.
Executive producer for the Bahamas Learning Channel, Javon Williams, says Family Island students do not get enough spotlight for their high academic achievements, and so this is one way to showcase their talents and abilities.
It was very important as the Bahamas Learning Channel to include students from throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas. That's what it is, the Bahamas Learning Channel, not just the Nassau Learning Channel. So we thought it was very important to bring in our Family Island students. We find that they're just as talented, just as intelligent, just as creative, and today you're going to see us being able to showcase that to the entire Bahamas.
The Family Island GLAD attack will be aired right here on the ZNS network in the fall. LaDawn Davis, ZNS News.
Coming up after the break, the country's spelling bee champ off to compete with some of the best and brightest.